Hey, hey, welcome to the Whistle Podcast with Coach JB and Coach Brett, your go to source for some wholesome conversation, engaging interviews, and captivating player spotlight. We will delve into the lives of athletes, coaches, and parents, exploring the challenges, triumphs, and lessons learned through exploring the challenges, triumphs, and lessons learned along the way. For from basketball to politics, religion to social issues, and we definitely keep it real and unfiltered. So if you're in for entertaining and educational podcast experience, look no further than the whistle. Just blow it. All right, we just right now we're waiting for some people to come in, waiting for my co-host to come in. We'll get going. Would like to say with a little bit about myself. I'm Jarrell Bowman. I played professional basketball, and my life dream was to, actually um, get kids that pretty much was, underprivileged, kind of going through the struggle in life, through parental situations, looking at the situation for us um, when you're out here in these streets and stuff like that. A lot of influence. I can say myself, um, I was definitely influenced by the life, out there in the street and stuff like that. And that's really it's kind of hard for us as melanated people to kind of get away from that because you have your safe haven as your home where you come in and quote unquote you being loved by your parents and people don't be understanding that how serious it is by having your both parents and that's not a knock on a single parent home because actually I come from a single parent home. I really didn't have an excuse to not be able to put myself in a situation to understand what's going on out there in the street. But also once that's happening out there like that, it's best for these kids that's out there, have something where you can kind of distance yourself from the reality of the street. So it's best to get into, it's always told for us to get into sports, to get away from the life and all that kind of stuff like that. But um, me being an introvert, I was always, really quiet. I went through the bullying. I went through a lot of stuff. Like I said, I know doing this podcast, I know I have to open myself up and that just say be human. Um, it was a lot of things that I was going through, was my parents, splitting up and stuff like that. I mean, it's not something to say, pat on the back or feel sorry for you type situation, but it's definitely a reality. Um, but you have to find something, and usually that's going to occupy your mind because you don't, you get lost to the street. Uh, it's a lot of other things I can go into, but it's not really about me per se. But I do have to be the sacrificial lamb to let everybody know that it's okay. So to show your emotion, let people know how you feel. Um, and like I say, me being an introvert, it's a what you call a journey for me, opening myself up to people, trusting people, and that's a real concern when it comes to these kids out here in the street. So that's why, you know, um, if you can't trust your parents, which that's the first thing you should be able to do is trust your parents. But if you're having issues with your parents, opening up with your parents, it's kind of hard. Or in a way, it's kind of easy to maybe trust somebody on the outside because they don't know what's going on the inside. They only can deal with what they see. And a lot of time, me being a coach and a mentor, you can't just really go up to a kid. You already see it in their face. You know what I mean? That they're going through what they're going through, and so you try to not be too engaging with that, but at the same time, it's really hard to not see a kid going through it and see a kid going through what he going through and not say anything. That's like if I see bullying. I used to be bullied. It's not that I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to fight. It's not I couldn't fight, but it's like I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to be cool with everybody, and that's why I think a lot of kids get in a situation these days where they're trying to be cool with everybody. Be you. It's okay to be different. Um, so being different, as you see a lot of the guys that's in the sports, that's in the entertainment, you'll think, hey, these people standing in front of the camera, like myself right now. I'm talking to a lot of people right now, or it's going to be a lot of people that may, what I'm saying, look at what I'm saying or see what I'm saying and what I'm doing right now. But it used to be really hard for me, to talk in front of the camera, talk in front of people, sometimes. So once you realize what your deficiencies and things like that, it's up to you to work on those things and not expect people to really accept who you are. But like I say, we tell these kids or that we coach and mentor, and see every day. We tell them, listen, when it's basketball for me was my sanctuary. That gym was my sanctuary to get away from a lot of things. And you can only run so far from the reality, but it was somewhere that was my peace. So that's the reason why also why I'm doing this podcast along with my guy Brett and my guy Kevin. We all have stories to tell on a lot of people that we're gonna bring on. You know, they got stories to tell. We're gonna reminisce about the game of basketball. We're gonna give you things about how this game really going right now because everything is evolving. You got the old school players, you got the new players, and then you got the future. So it's up to us as being what the older guys, the old school guys did for us. We have to really tap into these guys, these kids now because it's really then open up towards the game uh, with the NIL and a lot of people like our parents, like your parents, and people that's actually looking at this right now. They don't really understand the business side. And I look at a lot of boxing podcasts. People just really getting their feelings about things because they want to see a fight. People get in their feelings when they want to see a good basketball game. People get in their feelings when they see whatever sport it is. That's what it's called. It's called a fanatic. But really, all I'm trying to be is a fan. I just want to enjoy seeing good basketball or seeing good football. But if you're going to get on you're going to get around talking about the game and everything like that, it's good to have some type of education on how that business works. Because once you come from, as we say, grassroots to pros, the grassroots side is pretty much easy because the pressure ain't there. But as you get up the ladder, it becomes really stressful. It's not. It's almost like if you listen to a lot of guys that come on here and talk, they're gonna say at some point it wasn't fun anymore. And you'll think, oh man, I'm making all this money. These pros guys that make money. I played overseas too, but I wasn't making $1 million a year, a whole bunch of millions of dollars. But I when I played, it was a lifelong dream of mine to be a professional basketball player. So I achieved that. So it doesn't matter how many years I played, but I actually did that. And that's why we tell guys, these guys now, hey, whatever dream that you have, go after it. Man. It's don't let anything get in your way. Your family, your wife, your girlfriend, because at the end of the day, you got to live for you. You got to basically do that. Whatever you're trying to achieve, you got to put 100% effort in it. And if you fail, it was you. It wasn't anybody that's on the outside, nobody that you can blame but you. But these are some of the things that sometimes people get on here and they don't really want to talk, and tell these kids and tell people the truth because they don't want to expose themselves. And me being on here is going to put a different light on me. It's a lot of people that actually want to know, but who is Terrell Bowman? Okay, they're going to know. They're going to know, other than what I give them. Um, and that's the price of of what we're doing now, what I'm doing now. So, with that being said, we would like to got some people trying to get in right now. Uh, so let me go for a pause for a minute. So I gotta let them in, and I'll be right back. Oh, thanks for waiting, but still trying to get people to. Like I say, you guys bear with us. We're trying to get people in. Uh, People calling the phone right now, trying to get people in. So just we'll be back. What's going on?
What what's up? What's up?
Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself to the Facebook man. And
What's up, fellas?
put it up.
Raising. Can you hear me, Jay?
And huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. I saying just give a little introduction of who you are, and what you're about, and how long you've been in the game, and what we're trying to do.
Give me 1 second, Jay. Give me one. Let me do something real quick, Jay. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it's taking me that long to get on. I wasn't hearing you very well on the other end.
So what?
Okay, for some reason I wasn't hearing you that well.
Oh no, I'm saying just give a little sequility of who you are. Let everybody know on YouTube time. Well,
Okay. Originally, guys, I'm from Orlando, Florida. Uh, Went to high school at Winter Park High School. Played junior college basketball at Brevard Community College, and then I got involved with. Say
go
again.
tight, go
Go
tight.
Titans! You better believe it. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Smith.
Yeah,
Uh, And then shortly after that, I got involved with coaching and ended up coaching probably one of the better AAU programs in the history in the state of Florida, Team Florida, probably for close to 20 years. Uh, and then, fortunately, I had some kids and I had to step away, but I tried to stay close to the game. Which you guys will find out with me and Gerald. We are always talking basketball and just life in general. So we're here to do that today. So that's kind of what we want to do. So hopefully, things. This is our first rollout situation with the podcast. Everything's not going to go as smooth as everybody wants it to. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah, we definitely get that. We definitely got a lot of people that want to be involved with it for its interviews and even also, you know, was the money side of things, sponsors and stuff like that. So
Correct.
it's definitely going to get big. It's definitely going to get big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Brett, we might well kind of like get into like the history of the talent that was here. A lot of people got lost in the shuffle. Either unfortunate situations or just they got in their own way. It's part of life, but it's the premise of basically starting this. It was all about just giving people their flowers and understanding that Central Florida was a afflux of talent. Um, you
For
know,
sure.
for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
kind of give me like your thoughts on how you felt about that. For as the landscape of basketball for Central Florida.
Yeah. I mean, we go all the way back. We're talking probably definitely in the 80s. There was a lot of talent in Central Florida, or just let alone the whole state of Florida. Um, in truth, doing a lot of the AAU and being exposed to that back in those days, a lot of college coaches uh, kind of considered the state a football state. So I don't think in that era of basketball it got its due, its justice. Um, but seeing it firsthand every summer for like I said, I was fortunate enough to be able to play on some really good teams, sit on the bench, I would say. um, but the talent level across the board was pretty amazing, pretty amazing. And even playing against teams across the state of Florida, uh, there was talent. There was talent out there. It's just I don't think coaches really tapped into the state back in those days.
Yep.
Uh, they didn't. They really came to the state for football. Now, I mean, Gerald, you can attest to this. We had a lot of guys in Orlando that played basketball and high school football. That was pretty the norm in a certain period of time, and I think it is to somewhat. Maybe it's not as much today as it was back then. Um, that's my opinion. What's your take on that?
Yeah. Man, listen, I just look at it like this. growing up in Orlando and seeing the things I seen the great players that was before me and looking at like those are our heroes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people feel like, they have to see people on TV and be like, "Oh, that's be a fan of them." I mean, it was always guys that was at the gym I was a fan of. I took my game from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, people I put it like that. I admired a lot of people game, but then at the same time, it was always people that I used to look at and be like, instead of all this used to go watch Jordan and after they play, and then we come outside and we
Hmm.
try to emulate the moves, Dr. J, Magic
Right.
and Bird and all that kind of stuff like that. So it's like, but I think the talent, because of the fact that it was a football, it was perceived as a football state, it definitely was overlooked. Now a lot of mistakes, not to put themselves in situations, that's just life. And I know that people that put themselves in those situations, they probably looking at it now and saying, "Hey, I could have been this, I could have been that." And that's why
Hmm.
another reason why this podcast is here too, because those people got stories as well. So even you got a lot of guys that went through the system and maybe didn't get out of it that they thought they should have. So they got stories too. Um, but I was thinking, oh, we lost you. But I was thinking, we have he said that he been in the AAU, had been around for 20 years. We actually played for uh, a AAU coach by the name of Scott Sanders. He was that guy. He was the trailblazer for AAU basketball, travel basketball. And he's definitely someone that we got to give major props to. I can say right now, I would have never had the chance to play in front of uh, thousands of people in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We lost him, but he'll be back. But yes, we went to. He was one of the first guys when I was playing for Wymore. I was playing for Wymore Tech in Edenville, Florida, and I went through my little situations, with school and stuff like that. It was a lot of stuff for us, a lot of family life, a lot of Florida family stuff that was going on. But um, yeah, he's back. But as I was saying, I was just letting them know that kind of a little bit of my story, a little bit. But I always when I was talking to Brett about starting this and a few other people, I mean, it's really somebody got to start it, and all of us have our story. But I really want to get a lot of other people out that really need to be uh, recognized. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about ourselves. People going to bring us up, but it's not really about us. It's about what we can do
Hmm.
for others, other than
Yeah, of
ourselves
course.
and other people, and these kids. And then we will be bringing trainers on, coaches, people that was really that those people that was really that good, really those important people that brought the game to us, and I feel like it's our duty to do the same. But I was just telling them about Scott Sanders, and the only
Yeah.
one that can really explain that is the man right here. He was with him for 20 years. So
Yeah.
when I you talk about Scott, man, I mean, what it comes down, like what you really think of him, like who he was to you, other than
Uh,
basketball.
real quick, Jay. Chris is trying to get on. Do
Just
you
trying to get
see?
on.
Are you able to see him?
No, I don't see him yet. He probably got to hit that link.
Okay. He's asking for. Is there a way that we can send him?
Nah, he
The,
got to go through YouTube. He got to go right into YouTube and hit the podcast to text him um the whistle podcast in the thing in YouTube in the search,
yeah.
and then it'll come up, and then once he see the live, and then he just hit the click. He just hit
Okay.
the link in the comment.
Give me a second here. Give me a second. I don't know if I lose y'all. Let me see if I can.
Just, what I do is I just I
Are
well
you able to? From your end, do you have him there
Yeah,
on your phone?
I can mute you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, you can basically yeah, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. I keep it going. I see a third person in, so he's trying to get in. He just gotta get the link.
Okay. Let me go off, and then let me see if I can get him. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Give me a second.
Yeah, like I said, we excuse the first days right now. We trying to get it together, but we definitely, I promise you, we gonna have so many people on here that it's going to be very entertaining because we do a lot of stuff on Facebook, and it's like, and I was sitting there back years ago, and I was saying, look, man, we need to do a podcast about this stuff because it's like, people really get into these sports, and you get to talking about what you did back in the day, and there's always going to be somebody that's going to like question what you done and all that kind of stuff, and it's crazy, but um yeah, um and then at the same time, like the guy that's getting ready to come on in, Chris Harris, he has a post grad team up there in Jacksonville, and he's doing pretty well. He's been in the game for 5 years doing it, and man, I applaud him, man, because in anything you do out here, you're gonna go through your little struggles and everything, and when you're doing that, sometimes you get down on yourself because you got to deal with these parents, man. And I'm just being real about it, being real about it. With AAU, and then dealing with the situation with high school. Uh, some of these parents are out of sight, man. And the people always ask me and say, "Well, hey, why you don't have a horse in the race? Where your son at? I know your son will be good because you was good." It don't necessarily always translate to that. Excuse me. It don't usually translate to that. But I was kind of blessed, or kind of not blessed, to not have my kids to play, which I wanted them to play. And yes, I would definitely would have put them in a situation to follow me, and then me being through it and seeing the pitfalls. I do understand how parents that's actually was pros, or they was people that people that played in the game. They got the path. You put the path in front of them, and they don't have to run into certain things like the predecessor has. And but you have these parents that live through their kids, and it's like it's so blatant to these days. And obviously, the powers to be, uh, the people that run things, thanks, the people that run things, they understand that it's a business. We all being used. I just put it straight up. Um, Usually when you're being used, you want to put yourself in a position to not get uh not used, but put in a situation where you're not benefiting from the situation. So that's like in any relationship. You just want your even side of it. You just want to be fair. You want things to be fair. But in life, especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to responsibility and all that kind of stuff like that, sometimes you're not going to get your flowers. You're not going to get exactly what you're going to get out of it. So you gotta uh, put yourself in a situation to have that discipline. Number one, that's what's wrong with the kids nowadays. When it comes to training, my belief of the NBA has just really messed the game up for the kids, because my thing is, I don't understand why. 'Cause I know when we was coming up, you had these little things come up, NBA cares, right? And they have to do their thing with um, community and stuff like that. Um, but and then the older guys used to talk and say, "Hey, just like how Ho Hogan used to do when we was coming up, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins." You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not really that type of message out here by these NBA guys, or it ain't even really up to the NBA guys. It's up to the people who run the NBA. Everything is entertainment now, and people don't really understand that. People don't really. Let me break this down to you. When it comes to the life and your expectancy of being an athlete. When it comes to football is a very brutal sport. So, you only have so many years. Um, your body getting beat on like that and crashing. Basically, call it crashing out. Is basically the equivalent of a car crash. People running into each other and stuff like that. And it cause brain injuries. Some people knew that stuff way back then. Some people knew that stuff back then, but at the same time, it usually takes people to kind of get those casualties of war, as you say, to wake people up and stuff get close to home. And when it get close to home, that's when people want to pay attention. But this stuff been happening for years. You got these guys um, that they can't barely walk. They can't even really spend the money that they made. Um, and then when it comes to basketball, you got guys. Just think about it. But that's something you know that we signed up for. Now, I'm not giving no excuses to anything, but at the same time, when you're going into something, you know the dangers of whatever you're doing. Uh, so you should have these things put in place to let people know how to take care of their bodies, um, how to eat, how to do your certain exercises and stuff like that. Okay, back in them days when my dad played, when his dad played, people used to drink, people used to, live their regular lives and go out there and play. The NBA really wasn't, NBA, NFL really wasn't as it is today, obviously, because everything has evolved with TV contracts, um, the internet, the social media and stuff like that. But, Brett, I was just basically, letting the audience know that the trappings of how things are with these parents and the traps that these kids fall in because of social media, because of your friend doing this, your friend doing that, and then when
Hmm.
it comes to AAU, it's like, are you really, do you really want to do this, or you just in it because your friend doing it?
Hmm. Yeah.
Let's speak on a little something about that because that's how a lot of kids get lost in the sauce. They not really
Yeah.
committed.
Do me a favor, Jay. While I'm talking, can you see if you can get him on? Can you
Yeah,
reach out to him?
yeah.
He's got. I sent him the link that you sent. For some reason, he's not seeing it. Like Gerald was talking about, we have a lot of parents today that are believing a lot of what people are telling them about their son or their daughter. Um, and as far as where I come from, you have to be pretty exceptionally good to play at the Division 1 level. We had a lot of kids back in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, get stuck into this thing where coach, well, I want to go D1, I want to go D1. You know, not very many of those kids that were telling me that were at that level to do that. And they also had to put in the work. So you had parents that were being told by whoever, and they just, in La La Land assumed that their son or their daughter was going to play at the Division 1 level after high school. And I used to tell them all the time, I said, be happy with whoever is reaching out to you. I wouldn't shun away any colleges that are showing interest in your son or your daughter. That's just crazy. Because back when I first started a lot of this coaching, and still to this day, I haven't been on the sidelines in years. The whole goal was to get these kids an education. You know, the focus was to get them a good education and then also get to play a sport that they love to play. that's kind of that was kind of the drive of why I did it for so long. Um, and then toward the last couple years of me coaching high school and travel ball, uh, got to be it just got to be too much, you know, unrealistic parents. High school coaches were, kind of unrealistic where kids were. I was getting phone calls from coaches all over the state that were sending kids to play with us during the summer, because they heard about the program, they heard about what we've done, they've heard about us winning a lot, and they would come, and I would, I'd have to say, hate to tell them that, they're probably not as good as they were told or as they thought. Um, so there was a lot of unrealistic, and there is a lot of unrealistic parents, I like to say, out there. Uh, but I'm also a person with this game that, you can definitely put the time and the effort into it to get better. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the social media. I think social media has kind of tainted the game a little bit, because there's a lot of these kids getting on and wanting to do videos of, of what they're doing, what kind of moves they're making, you know, trainers. Nothing against nothing against training, but I listened to Jason Williams the other night on a podcast, and you know, he even admitted that he had his kids with trainers. But you've got these guys training, kids in the game today to do these robotic moves. You know, I don't understand it. I don't really get it. But it's kind of the way where we're at today. A lot of the creativity of the game has gone out the door. You know, um, and they want to come down and they want to dribble 25 times in one spot. I don't quite understand it. I've always said, me and Gerald grew up in a time, with basketball was definitely a lot more pure. Um, we didn't have trainers.
Yeah, no,
We didn't have no trainers. Our training was going, and me, where I grew up on the side of town in Orlando, we played outside a lot. Didn't have a lot of gyms to go to. They were there, but wasn't as easy. So we learned on the blacktop. Really, that's where we learned to play. That's where I played all the time. It was like religion to go out on a Saturday morning, play some, come back Saturday afternoon. We did that for a long time, forever. You know, um, we'd be fortunate to get into a gym here or there. It was a little bit more. I guess it was a little bit more accessible back in the days. And as we got older, it got tougher and tougher, because people didn't want issues with people getting hurt in gyms, and then they get sued, and so it's just a lot of red tape. Just a lot of red tape. Uh, but I even listened to a conversation that Stephon Marbury had in New York City, talking about trainers. And he said he told a story that, like, if he would gone to his mom and said that he had a trainer and I had to pay him XYZ, his mom looked at him and said, "Your trainer is out there with those two basketball goals in that court." She goes, "I don't have money for that." And it's true. Those guys grew up on the blacktop in New York City learning how to play. And I know Gerald can attest to this. There was no better other way to learn to get better than playing in the street. I mean, that's just, to get the feel of the game. You know, I can't tell you any other way. Now, when we got into the organized part of it as you get older, you know, but still, I wouldn't change my days for nothing growing up in the park playing, for sure. Not even close.
yeah. I really, I mean, when you brought that up about the training, it's like, didn't even know that. I mean, we knew it existed, but that was, just to be honest with you, is that was on the white side, man. You
Yeah.
got training,
Yeah.
they had money, to do all that, so we had to get out there in the mud.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I said earlier in the podcast in the beginning that we had to, like, we had people that we watched that we wanted to emulate. And like I said, when we seen Jordan, I mean, everybody, we was just captivated by that. It's like being super athletic. A lot of us can jump. And that was kind of like the stigma when it came to black and white. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
For sure. For
the
sure.
was the athleticism and then the street ball playing and stuff like that. And Brett, when I met him, Brett just had this zest for the game, man. He just it made me want to really play, and it was infectious. I put it like that. I already liked. I played till sun up to sundown. Go take a break, get something to eat, get some water, and come right back to the court.
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't no water fountains out there at the courts. It was, hey,
No.
you got to go walk about a mile to get home and get some water, get your little snack, and come on back at it.
Yeah.
We played in the sun. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. We had to go to a gym, like you said. The gyms, they was really um for people that went and paid to get the gym. Or it's funny that how these community centers they um they say, okay, well, we build a gym, so we thinking like, hey, we can come in the gym and play. Oh man, we got something going on here for this, and it usually be something about some type of community business type thing. And okay, you got all these people on the court and they wearing floor shiners. That ain't for that. You should
Hmm.
have buildings. Should have little offices or whatever little spaces for that. And usually for those gyms, like the boys club used to be packed, right?
Yeah.
Before
Mhm.
the Smith Center came, before the city started making their gym.
Right.
It used to be the YMCA, the boys club. Then it became now it started becoming like what you call a business now.
That's all it is. It's a business now.
What's up, Chris?
And
It's
but
happening, man. I made it
Man, look
in.
yeah,
like
Look
you got a
like,
haircut, man.
oh man,
yeah,
I'm gonna
uh,
keep it.
You
I'm
look
gonna
like you
keep
got a
it tight. You
haircut.
know,
yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep it tight before I go off grid. It's starting to come in. You see, I'm starting to
Oh, I
get.
see. Hey, man, yeah, I believe yeah, yeah.
Shit,
I
we
see.
keep losing goddamn games. Four
Yeah,
with 40 seconds left. We keep losing game like that. I have a lot of gray hair.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
But
but
get
we got the guy over here named Chris Harris, man. He got a post grad team up there. What's the name of the team, sir?
North Florida Prep up here in Jacksonville. North
Yes,
Florida
sir.
Prep.
Tell me a little about yourself, man. The humble beginnings up to right now, man.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. We ended up moving to Port St. Lucie around sixth grade. My family, my dad coached down in Miami at Miami Jackson. My uncle's coach at Miami New Orleans. Grew up, going to Mark Lieberman's camps at Miami Pace as a youngster.
Mhm.
Moved to Port St. Lucie, which was a big shock because it's like, nobody really playing good ball in Port St. Lucie back in 2000, 2002, 2003. That was unheard of, but we
that's
moved.
like me, Chris, moving from Orlando to Yulee.
Yeah, man. Pops
Uh,
Pops got a better job and
I like to hear
Yeah.
about you.
got that promotion and we
Yeah.
booming. So I had to adjust, but I had the foundation already laid, thinking I'm gonna go be a part of that Miami New Orleans class of 2010 or whatever. And because they down in Miami, it's kind of like Orlando. They train you. We started like 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
And most that group you stay together. Like the kids
Yep.
you play 8 and under with, you play 10 and under, you play 12 and under, you play 14, you go to the same high school, and y'all go off to different colleges. So
Yeah.
when I left, what was so crazy when I left, right? Miami New Orleans has won 17 straight district titles, I think, and right now this current streak, 17 straight districts.
Yeah.
But when I left, the class that was in high school with a '06 to 10, they never won a state title.
Wow.
The
Wow.
position they was missing was mine, the point guard.
Want
You can't, and it's like I was in Port St. Lucie, and I
Right. Right.
tell my mom them like, man, just let me go back and live with Unc them. Like, hey, come on now, I'm trying to get this ring. So I
Yeah,
was ring chasing. I was ring chasing in high school, ninth, 10th grade, I'm thinking, the goal is
Oh,
to get a ring.
you started at LeBron shit.
What's that?
Oh, okay, okay. You started at LeBron shit, huh?
A ring chasing now. I wanted to get a
I
ring,
was
bro.
just,
Like,
I was
it's
just
like,
saying, man. Everybody get on LeBron about
my,
chasing rings, but I really don't have no. I really don't have no issue with it because you know why? Back then, you was really stuck on a team for 7 years, and I
Yeah.
tell people that's the collective. That was the CBA, man. The evolution
Hmm.
of the CBA. Because a lot of
yeah,
teams, I mean, that's like being on a job for 30 years, and you want to do something different, but really you stand for the retirement check, and they
yeah,
Yep.
hold. And at the end, they wind up getting rid of you because they want to bring somebody new.
yeah.
But it's not your choice in a sense. But yeah, go
So,
ahead. Go ahead.
so high school, it was different. I started at Lincoln Park Academy, ended up transferring to Port St. Lucie High, and the high school team was a humbling experience. My individual numbers was good. I made ended up getting ranked on ESPN, but travel ball was where I really kind of made my headway with recruiting and learned how to
Hmm.
meet different people and came and played for Coach Brett, Coach Scott Sanders at Team Florida, and it was something special. Like we
Yep.
fought some big upsets. They really put me out there, let me play against the best. They let me play my game, and that's all I wanted. I'm a small guard, and
Yep.
small guards are not really. You're not really up on the totem pole, but they gave me that shot. They gave me the fair shot that I wanted. My parents paid fees. So when these kids are like, I mean, you got to make sacrifices. I got told a lot of no's so that we can travel to Orlando so I can on the weekend from Port St. Lucie. My team's in
Right.
Orlando. I
Yes.
live in Port St. Lucie. Well, Chris, if we're gonna play on that team, you're not going to the movies. You're not going to the mall. You're not
Yeah.
getting off. It's
Hmm.
church, home, school. That's it. Because we got to go to 2 hours north to Orlando, get a hotel probably for the weekend just for practice.
Wow,
Yeah.
It's just for practice. We just going up here for Saturday to Sunday just to practice weekend.
that's commitment.
Chris,
So
Chris, Chris brought up a good point there about well, actually both of you I heard y'all discuss about back in even in Chris's era of, you were kind of, Chris, you were being growing up in Miami, and it's the same thing for me and Gerald in Orlando. You lived where you lived, and then you went to that school. That's what I think we've lost traditional wise in these high schools across the country. Because I know for a fact. Well, I can just speak from Miami too. It was very traditional in high school basketball. You go Miami Senior High. You
yeah,
know, you go to that gym on any basketball season, and you step in that gym. That place is wall to wall people.
you don't
Back
want
in
to
the
play them team.
'80s and
Yeah,
the '90s,
yeah,
when Shaky Rodriguez was
yeah. You
there,
don't want. Yeah, you don't want to play them team.
and
You don't
then for
want to see
me
that.
and Gerald in the Metro Conference in Orlando, Jones High School back in the day, it would be packed. Any
Fact.
any any Metro Conference game in our city in the '80s and the '90s and the early 2000s was standing room only, you
Yep.
know, and then surely, you know, slowly but surely kids started going away from that situation for what for people in their ear telling them, you don't need to be here, let's go here, let's go there, and then recruiting and then
I will,
agents
and I
and
will say this now. I mean, because I saw I was literally a part of that transition. I feel like
right,
I was in that. I graduated 2010,
right,
right when stuff was starting to make that shift. Like you
yeah,
can't play for your high school no more.
yeah.
It-
There was there was a period of time, I know, in Central Florida, you know people shunned on some of that stuff, like
right, that was a bad
why
thing.
are you
Yeah,
going there?
yeah, that was
You need to
bad.
be
You don't
going
leave.
over here, or you need to be going. It's amazing to me. But
I'll tell you this: the emergence of IMG, Mount Verde,
yeah,
DME,
exactly.
Victory Rock. You just look in Florida
Yeah,
just alone. The schools in Florida have put so much pressure on schools nationwide. Look at the
Right.
climate we have. It doesn't snow here. There's
Correct.
no snow days. Ain't no shutting nothing down. We running
Right.
outside 365. You in the pool. You in the beach. You is focus. It's work. You move down here. You in
Hmm.
some. You in kids up in New Jersey. It's cold as hell. It's snowing. It's ice. Those
Hmm.
kids are matriculating to these situations where it you training 365 7 days a week. We
Yeah.
don't. I don't. We don't report to no athletic director or a lady that draws or plays with a pen all day, telling me hours on how to train my athletes. Ladies, shut up and go teach them students. Give me my athletes. So you pick and you pluck the ones that are dead behind serious about this. If you're not dead behind
Yeah.
serious, stay at a regular school because it's literally levels to this prep high school stuff now. You can't just if you're really the top player in Orlando, or you really getting down like that, why you not at West Oaks?
Right.
That's hey,
Right.
hold on. Why
Yeah.
you not at West Oaks? You have housing, food, free education, and a gym and a full-time grind session schedule. Why you must not be that good?
Yeah.
And then
That's what they don't.
there,
And
there
it's
was a
like
period.
those type of situations that made this, or you may be that good and you have the family structure, you got it all figured out. You don't need that situation.
Right.
You
Right.
have
Right.
parent, mom's dads in the sports realm, know what he doing and won't let you go. That's the only reason kids ain't doing that now because Division 1 schools, they're coming to prep schools and no private schools. Those type of situations first. Why would I waste my time to come see Evans and Jones or whatever? Who do they have? Are they on a
Hmm.
shot clock for one? No. Are they lifting weights 2 times a day with an individual skill work? What does their day consist of? They're in class 6 hours a day. How are they
Yep.
an elite basketball player? You in class.
Right. Right. Right.
We're actually catching up to, I feel like, the international system. The international system, if you really like that overseas, you start playing pro 15, 16 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's true.
it's like it's not so much we're actually kind of blending this thing all in, and you fit in where your game is at determines where you're going. Because if you don't have that kind of game anyway, you can't even talk about a West Oak situation unless you got $25,000.
Mhm.
True.
DME, you can't talk about DME or IMG unless you got $50,000. If you're not good,
Mhm.
True.
we're not even finna waste no time. That's what I love about it. At this level, every goddamn player in this level can play.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Period.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now,
Otherwise, he wouldn't be here.
and to piggyback off you saying on the training and stuff, I think when the city started making their gym, it's like I was telling earlier, it's supposed to been to take kids off the street and give them something to do, right? But it messed up the situation for kids playing outside. But that's all we used to do, and that's how really you worked on your game. If we didn't have no, because at the end of the day, we didn't have no training, so we looked at guys that was older than us. And like I was saying, we see our favorite guys that that's out on the street or whatever like that, and you kind of take your game from this here and there, stuff like that. But when they kind of uh took the situation for guys not really playing on, I mean, it was a time for like 10 years, good 10 years straight after I came back from overseas. Before I left, people playing outside. Then when I come back, I'm in Arizona and it's hot. I was in there for 5 years before I
Yeah.
came back, and they playing outside. So I'm thinking like, okay, so it's dry heat there though, but it's hot, right? So
Right.
I get back here and I don't see nobody outside other than we playing at Lake Dune. And right now they didn't change Lake Dune up where you can't even go out there and sit down.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And they got the courts out there, but they still go out there, but it ain't like it used to be. So, you
No.
know, and everybody need places to practice and all that kind of stuff like that, which that's fine. But just to generally kids come out and just say, look, I want to learn the game of basketball, I want to play. It starts by getting out there on the court and
Watch
having
this.
a real
Watch this, coach. I'm gonna go even further. It's not just outside thing. We got a kid here. I'm not gonna mention his name. He's from overseas. He just got here last week. We just played 2 games today, right? The
Mhm.
kid didn't score not 1 point in either game. So I come back doing my little dorm chat. I'm like, why are you laying down? Watch this though now too. We have an indoor gym here on campus. 2 minutes of walk from your dorm.
Yeah.
Key fob, the ball's right there. You don't have to ask me nothing. Key fob right there, ball right there. You didn't score not one goddamn point. Coach Brett, you know my mom. What would my mom say if we done drove to Orlando and I
Right.
come up there and we play 2 games and Christopher Harris don't score 1 point? Oh,
Yeah,
she would be
exactly.
making me run back to Port St. Lucie.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't be getting in the car.
I wouldn't get in the car. What the hell? He's sitting in there on
It's
his
true
back.
though.
Hey, he's
It's
sitting there
true.
on his bed, on his back, legs crossed, looking at his phone like that. I sat on the floor, coach, so he can see me. I got down on his. I sat on the floor. I said, "How many points did you score today?" Oh,
Mm,
none. I didn't score. I said, so I'm
mm.
gonna tell you like my mom said. You didn't score not 1 point in 2 games. Get your behind out this bed and go to the gym until I tell you to come back.
Right.
You are locked out the house. I'm gonna help you get it. Oh, I'm gonna help you get it or go home. That's the mode we're in now. I said, if we lose by one goddamn point, if you score 4 points, we win by 3.
There you go. Yep.
You score 2, we win the game. One goddamn basket.
Yeah.
And you in the bed. I said, bro, you ain't in the bed until the gym's go. You are locked out until dinner comes tonight. You locked out. Stay in the gym. I don't care what you do. And it's not going to be figured out your game in the bed. They think these kids these days think they're going to figure it out here on the video game or laying on the phone swiping. Your
Right.
motor isn't going to be built laying in the crib. You got to go do slant slides and runs and shuttles in the sand if you got a bad motor. If you can't finish with your left hand, you got to get in that left hand layup, left hand layup, double cross, between legs, double cross, layup, left all day long. You can't
Hmm.
shoot a pull up. You gotta shoot. Man, it's like, dog, these kids have no clue how much work it takes to get good. Forget playing outside. That's why they don't play, because they're not good.
Right.
They suck. Kids these days suck. They don't play. The video game is it's so raw. That video game is amazing now. The PS5, the
Right.
Xbox, whatever, coach, it literally takes your brain. Oh, you don't even want, if you have one, it's hard to go work out. It's
Mm.
so much stuff you can do on that thing, coach. It's like, why would I want to go work out? Let me tell y'all what you can do. I can create a player, you can create a player, coach create a player, right? We all link up, say, hey, we're gonna go to the park. This is what these kids do. Say, hey, meet me at the park. I be thinking they talking about the real park. These kids talking about the online internet basketball park.
Right.
Where you take your creative player, you take it, and they go play 5-on-5 like that. That's where they playing pickup basketball at now. 2K has pickup basketball. They don't even play the real teams no more with the plays like we used to. That's why they stupid as hell when it comes to basketball. They don't know basketball. They are literally playing with their creative player that they paid VC points for.
Mhm.
And I done created my player to do all this foolishness. And you can make.
He cooking.
You can pick whatever the player is, right? And
Uh,
then now we all 5 of us go together and we go play at the park at Rucker Park against somebody else. That's what's going on now. And kids wonder why they don't know basketball. Game film have no clue how to watch game film. No
wow.
clue.
But they tell you, Coach, I want to go play college basketball. Man. Yeah.
That,
That's
that's
what I see. That's what I deal with on the record. And it's like I got to tell them, so y'all playing 2K? Like, what is y'all playing? Oh, this the park. I'm like, the park? Like, I didn't even know that was 2K. Look like a brand new video. When I play 2K, I play the actual game, like the real teams with their playbook, and I try to run their stuff. I see why I beat them now.
That's wild.
and then at
That's
the same
what's going
time,
on now, coach.
kids, they'll tell you, "Oh, you old. You can't do this. You can't do that." And you want to tell me that you playing basketball on a video game? That's crazy.
Coach,
But
that's what
coach,
they're doing. It's
uh,
called my player. It's called my player.
was my player? Okay,
And
okay.
then my player rating is probably a 88, 90. I'm so serious. And their real player rating is a 50.
Yeah, So, Coach, tell me, tell me some stories on the situation, man. I know we've been on the phone and we were talking about
Yeah,
how you had to deal with these parents, man, and it's crazy when it comes to this. Obviously AAU and high school, but I know it's crazy with this prep stuff, man. I know it's crazy.
it's really not that bad. It hasn't been that bad for me because I'm a straight shooter. I learned that from Coach Brett and Coach Scott. Them, hey,
Yeah,
just I'm gonna tell you how it is. This is what it's gonna cost. This is what we're doing. This is a schedule.
You
We
learned that
like
from
it
me.
here.
You
We
learned that
what
from Scott.
happened? Well, I learned that from you, Coach.
it's
You
got
know,
to get the money.
Because
I'm gonna walk
Scott will
out.
tell you something you want to hear.
I
Man,
mean,
Scott, hey, Scott
I'm gonna be.
is great.
Everybody talk about Scott. He was cool. He was straight up to me and my
He was
parents.
real
So
though.
yeah,
He was real now. He definitely was
it
straight
was
shooter, man.
real. You know,
He
he tell
said
me
how he did.
we're gonna play against the top team in the country, Chris Harris. How you gotta get ready for that? You gotta be ready, Chris Harris. We're gonna play against the top guys in the country. We're gonna put you out in Disney World for Florida for a prospect. What are you gonna do? I'm like, man,
That
okay.
sounds just like him.
Hey, I gotta say this, man. I gotta say
He
this.
did.
I gotta say this, dog. Hey, he had got to the point where he didn't basically lost his marble. You know, I think what happened with Scott, he just it got overbearing to him. He got burnt out. And it's like a lot of time when people get burnt out, man, it's time to really just go and usher yourself out. And my thing was why he didn't leave this to Brett. You know what I'm saying? But nobody knew he was gonna, leave early like he did. But you kind of always kind of wondered like, what he was thinking on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to keep this going and you want to leave it
Right.
to some people that's gonna have the same type of thought process that he had by keeping it going.
I
Um,
would say that in the A when it comes to the AAU stuff, I shut it down last summer, this past summer. I didn't coach AAU.
mm,
It's gotten to the point it costs too much.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It costs too much to do AAU, and I'm already doing prep, post grad,
Mm-hmm.
traveling, all the.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not made of money, and I don't have the resources. The resources I do have, I can't just keep. Hey, I need another 75,000 now for the summer. Like no, hey, pick
mm,
one or the other right now.
Right.
And I
Right.
feel like I mean, with the way AAU is going now, it's more money than it is actual results.
Yep.
I
That's true.
mean, you're not
True.
seeing coaches. Coaches are
Mm-hmm.
not recruiting high school kids really right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose we used to play AAU was to get ranked at the Super Showcase and 11 days. That's similar to what Peach Jam is.
Right.
You had 11 days at Disney.
mm,
Like you don't get any kind of bump like that anymore. It's 4 days. It's what three live periods, two or three. That's it. They can't
Mm-hmm.
talk to you, see you play any. So every other tournament besides those three,
mm.
why are we playing? I
Hey,
mean,
to be honest, it should start going towards just doing showcases and have the best players there.
but
Uh,
even then,
that
it's
lost
like I'm gonna
kids.
just be real with you
So
guys.
what about
The
us?
shoe
So
circuits have made it so hard for independence. It's like if you're not on a shoe circuit team, you're not going.
There's
Why are you playing? Like, what are you doing?
there's no point. Right.
Unless you're on one of these established independent teams that's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Has the NBA player maybe, came out of there, got an NFL money or whatever. Okay, cool. But other than that, you're looking at your entry fee for the live period is $550 before you've even left the couch. You gotta pay $550 just to register. All
Mm-hmm.
right. We're talking our van, we're talking your hotel, you're talking what 3,500 4 grand every time you leave the house
Mm-hmm.
for eight to
Yep.
10 kids.
mhm.
I
Yep.
mean, parents are not going to travel with you, so you got to get a van. You know, it's just I don't. You got to feed them. They want you to feed. And then now the parents, when they get older, they don't want to pay for older kids, so they think the kids should be playing for free. Well, why they not on one of the sponsor teams?
Right.
And
Exactly.
see, that's what I was first in the epilogue when I first started talking. And I said, the parents got to understand that when it was really free, some of these people didn't allow their kids to do it because they like, well, don't talk to stranger type attitude.
My
You know,
mom was one. My mom would not let me play for Conrad Foss at Florida Elite.
Mm-hmm.
I made the team. That's how I got the team Florida. I made the team. We
Mm-hmm.
went over there to Tampa. We tried out. This was before team, but we drove over there, tried out, few sides. I stayed for 2 days in battle. 140 kids. Made the 17U team, the elite team.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Davis was my backup. Another guard. He ended up going to University of Tampa. Me and him were going at it the whole day. Made the team. My mom on the ride back. Sunday evening after I'm happy. I'm on Florida. I'm ready. She's driving. She's like, "You're not playing for that team." I said, "What? What you mean I'm not playing? Like, what you talking with? I just don't feel. I don't feel in my spirit this team. What you mean you don't feel in your spirit? You not playing. They have big men. They have shooters. They have what the hell you mean? I'm not playing. Oh man, I wanted to get out the car right then. See, that's
Yeah.
what people don't understand. My mom, Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. 10th grade, Steve Smith. We'd love for Chris to come on up. All you guys got to pay $9,000.
Oh man.
$9,000 for the whole year. 45. We're gonna give them all pretty much a full scholarship. 9 grand is all we need. My
Mm-hmm.
baby, can I come? Mama Harris, you can't come, Mama Harris. Now the baby can come, but
Oh my
oh
God.
well,
Hey,
if I can't
man.
come, the baby stay with me.
I
I
had a
said,
similar
Mom, listen now. Kids go there and go Division 1 guaranteed. If
Mhm.
these people want me to come, all we got to pay is 9 grand. We ain't gonna have to pay for travel ball or nothing else if I go play there.
Yeah.
She
What you
said,
make,
son, it
Mom?
ain't about no money.
Oh
I
man, you
don't
know.
know that man. He don't know me. I don't know his back. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's yeah, that's what kind of stopped me because I supposed to had went to school. This guy wanted to take me up there to Philadelphia to go to one of them big schools up there. I'm thinking it was the Mouth or either Simon Gratz, one of them. And he talked to my mom. My mom was like, he ain't going. I'm looking at her like, well, I don't know that nigga. I don't know that. You know
That's
what
it.
I'm like? Come on, bud. Come
I
on,
don't
bud.
know nothing. And then I don't know what Coach Brett
You
did and
talk
Coach
about it every
Sanders, but
time
it
I
was
see him.
like,
And it's like,
we came to that tryout.
yeah,
She was like, okay, I like them. They're pretty cool. I'm like, Mom, we at the time, like, Mom, we suck right now. We don't have no pieces. It's 5 people, 6 people. She was like, don't worry. If you're good, they'll find you. I like this team. I'm like, oh, Jesus. This is just like high school. Mom, the goal is to play on a stacked team, so it's
yeah,
easy. All I have to do is pass.
yeah.
Now I'm being told to rebound versus 6'9".
Hey,
Rebound, Chris Harris, rebound.
rebound. Hey, that's Scott. That's Scott.
So that
Rebound.
shit is stuck in my head. Do you know that to this day? It's stuck in my head.
And him, and then Brett to be like, follow your shot. Follow your shot. We looking
Nah,
over at
man. It's
man. How
like
you
I'm
do that,
having bad dreams. I have bad dreams
man?
thinking about
Yeah,
that.
do all
Rebound, Chris Harris, rebound.
that.
I mean, goddamn, Chris Harris, you get the rebound. You get the rebound. We can get out faster on the break. You know, it's quicker. That's why I want you to rebound.
Yeah.
I'm like, Coach, they are 6'9". What do you want me to do?
Bumps out.
Yeah, that's what he would say.
I'm gonna tell you, every time the kids used to shoot, man, I had to hear Brett say, "Follow your shot, follow
Follow your
your
shot.
shot," and they'll sit over there and look at Brett like, and I sit there like, man, that used to be so funny, man. But yeah,
I just remember it's like we
like,
played some teams on
uh,
that travel team where
They
it was
got
just
they got
sometimes.
there, Scott, man. He just sit up there. You know how you sit up there and you be telling the kid, you be with amongst each other and say, man, he's sorry, man. He ain't that good or whatever like that, man. Scott just took it to another level, man. He just sit up there and call the kids turds in front of him, man. Turds. Y'all guys, y'all turds ain't gonna do that. Why you coaching them, Jarrell? Why you coaching them like that? Why you showing them plays and stuff? I'm like, man, I'm trying to get out here and make it look like something. I ain't trying to do all that. And
Yeah,
it was
we
funny at first, but then it got to the point the parents started hearing it, man. And it's like he'll do stuff. He was to do stuff right. Once he got his money, he didn't hold that.
right.
He didn't hold that. And it's like, and then he would come on the bench and be talking like this. I said, man, you gotta get off the bench, man. You gotta get off
Right.
the bench, man. Go out the door somewhere. And he'd be like, and he'd be walking, with his head down and stuff like that. I used to be in his ass about that shit, man. But it's like,
Different, man.
and then at the same time with Brett, man, I just sit there and feel sorry for Brett, man. I say, man, this what he was doing while I was gone, man.
Oh man,
But yeah,
Yeah,
it
he
was
crazy.
different,
yeah. But I heard y'all had some
especially
good teams, man. Especially with I had got in touch with Tyree McGee, right? I don't know if you know him, Chris.
who.
Uh, Tyree McGee out of
Uh,
Bavard. Well, anyway, he had the guys Torrin Hawkins and Mark Christian. You remember those guys?
mm-mm.
Chris, no, Chris is too young.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was young then. Okay,
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
born '92.
that was way
Hey,
before
I let
Chris.
Brett take that over because he was them guys. This was why I was gone pretty much.
Yeah, because well, Torn and Mark, they were in the early '90s. They played with us out of Bavard. Uh, Tyree
Oh
McGee
yeah, right.
is Torn's brother, Torn Hawkins, that played for us.
Okay,
They were from Brevard County,
okay.
over there in Cocoa High
Mm-hmm.
School, and Mark Christensen was out of Rockledge High
Man,
School.
that area has produced some
MC,
of the
we call him.
best basketball players.
What'd you say?
That area always produces good basketball players.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they produce good basketball players that nobody's ever heard of.
Nobody ever heard
We
of.
used to say that,
You
you
remember
know.
Ralph Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph that played at FIT.
Ralph
Yeah.
Williams.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
was another nemesis of mine.
Hmm.
He played for Florida Rams that year. I was
Right.
with Team Florida. We actually
I
beat them at over at Scott's tournament.
I think Ralph played at for Rockledge. I can't
Yes,
remember what high
he
school he
did.
went to.
Yeah, him and
Yeah.
Eric Eversley and Tree Dean. Yeah, they had a
Hmm.
nice little team.
Yeah, because you guys are just, your county is just below them down
Yep,
there.
right below it.
You guys are really close to each
Two.
other right there
It's
on the
there's
coast.
Indian River County in between it though.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
true. True.
you got Indian River County, then St. Lucie County.
Right.
But it's still the same, same area or whatever.
Yeah, you got Palm Bay, you've got,
And regardless, it's still in the same state. So I mean, at every
exactly.
camp, every point guard, every top players camp I was at, I knew I was gonna see Ralph Williams. It's just like, get ready. You gonna see. That's what I'm telling people. My class, the kids I was seeing, man, Austin Rivers was at every event I was at. Austin Rivers was there.
Yep.
Every
Yep.
event I was at, he's there. Kyrie Irving there sometimes. Stacey Poole there. We had Disney. We got Florida prospects. Loaded. Loaded. Louis Jacobo, Vince Diller.
Yep.
6 point guard. It's like, what do y'all want us to do with this, man? We having to
Hmm.
play this all in one weekend. And people think I'm like, bro, we had to play one time 7 games in one weekend.
Yeah.
We're playing at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. Been playing since 9 a.m.
That's true, yeah.
Playing at 12 midnight at Disney. Scott had us at 17U and 19U. It's like, yo, what's up, man?
Yeah,
And we
he
got
used to
six players.
he used to go to you guys. He used to go to the parents and say, "Well, what you guys wanted to come play basketball? What do you know?"
Oh, and did we play back?
Yeah.
Bro, we played so much basketball.
Well, Scott had that connection, man, with the AAU house. So yeah, I mean, he had his hand in the cookies
You could tell.
for sure.
Yeah, Scott with
You
that
know,
dude. Scott with that
They
dude.
got
and
rain delay.
anytime another team dropped out, he would tell them, "Hey, call me. I'll play. I'll have a team there." Sometimes he didn't even know how many teams he had. But you know, he knew people, man. It's crazy. The average Joe Schmo off the street would look at him and go, "You're out of your mind. That guy does something with
You want
basketball."
you want to know what's so crazy? The same way I am, the same way Scott was at them tournaments. That's how I be.
Yeah,
Hey, if the team drop out, let me know. We'll play.
yeah,
Hey, coach, thought you said
that's
we only
what you
had two
do.
games. We got four now. Let's go. Load up. What?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I always remember a story. This is when we were playing. Gerald, you weren't playing with us. We were. We talked about this before, but I couldn't remember if you were with us or not. We drove. We played in Miami, and we played at back in the 80s, late 80s. They had what was called the Sunshine State Games. Okay, that was
No, that,
kind of the big thing to play in AAU hadn't gotten that big, but the Sunshine State Games was a big tournament to play in the state of Florida, and you would qualify and you would go and play in what would be their national tournament. I say nationals, but they would have all these teams come from the state of Florida, basically. And getting back where I was going, you know, it took a group of us down there, and we played some games and we were doing really well. And Tony Atkins played on this team, Gerald. Tony was playing with us. Ladarius Cheatham, those guys from
there, there.
I think Yvonne was with us too from Evans. Yvonne, and we were doing our thing, and then I remember Miami Senior High School was at the tournament.
Yep.
And just the year prior, they were in the state championship.
Yep.
And this was the Miami Senior group that had not Doug Edwards, but Alan and Steve, his two younger brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Because Doug was a little older. That was maybe 85, 86, 84, somewhere around. Anyways, and I remember the Miami senior high school coaches were sitting we were playing at Florida International at the college gym, and Scott went to sit down, and he's sitting there. He didn't even know he was sitting next to one of the Miami senior guys. And this guy, I remember this guy looking at Scott like, there's no way this dude's coaching basketball. And little did the guy from Miami Senior know, that he was looking at somebody that was way before their time, as far as talent wise. For me, in my opinion, on the history of AAU in our state, by far, hands down, I've never seen anybody recruit guys like Scott did.
Yeah.
He may not have known as much on the X's and O's.
X and O, but he knew how to get you on that team.
But if he knew you were good, he was going to close the deal. He'd figure out and believe
John Brown.
Exactly.
I'm like, I mean, what the?
We had a guy that everybody in the state of Florida wanted in the 80s, LaRon Williams. LaRon Williams went on. Now he was Mr. Basketball in 1986 or 87 or 88, somewhere. It was a little bit. Anyways, he didn't know Scott Sanders from Shinola. Okay. And LaRon Williams was from down around the Bradenton area. Okay. Now they had their own little AAU program that he told Scott he played in, but they didn't travel. They didn't go and play in things. They played just in their area. But LaRon Williams, coaches knew about LaRon Williams. I'm talking about college coaches, And Scott came to me and goes, "Man, I'm getting ready to go down and get this kid down there." I said, "Who?" He goes, I'm getting ready to drive down to Bradenton and pick up LaRon Williams." I'm like, "LaRon Williams, Mr. Basketball?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "How'd you get him?" He goes, "I've been talking to his coach and his mom for the last week. Don't ask me how, but he pulls it off. He shows up, and LaRon Williams is in his car." But that was Scott. Scott would do things. I'm telling you, man, Scott would do things. It was amazing to me and I'd be just like, how the heck did that guy do that? How did he pull that off? But he would. people can say what they want to say about him, you know, but at the end of the day, he would get it done, man. He would
He
get it
sure
done.
did.
He would get it done. And that's why I've always said,
You froze up,
uh,
coach.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
You
just
know,
broke up.
I'll say, you know, like I said, for like a probably a solid 10 years, nobody could touch him. Nobody. I mean, there was coaches trying to keep kids, and but these kids would come because we were winning. We were winning. We were, you know, when Gerald and I played, probably, I mean, seriously, Gerald, can you remember when if we did we lose a game?
Nah, we ain't lose the game. Only time we lost when we went and we fused the teams together with the Central Florida Greyhound. When we went to Jonesboro for the national. That's the only time we lost. Other than that, bro, we ain't lose a game. We had a stick too. And,
What's Hey, how do people see the podcast and stuff like that
or they see it on YouTube.
on YouTube?
Yeah. See, we just using the stream yard for to do the stream, and then I got to connect it to YouTube.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, hey coach, I think that's something you need to do, bro, because you already a natural, man. You're natural for this, dog. You need to just, you know, need to do that, bro.
What that?
Start your own little podcast, bro. I mean, it's definitely a recruiting tool. You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't even think about it for real. Everybody tell me. See, that be the thing, man. You know me. You know me since I was a kid. I do this because I genuinely love. I love what I do.
Yeah.
I don't even like that. That all them cameras. That stuff don't really turn me. Only reason I got on this because y'all two. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like cameras. Be honest, I
Yeah.
don't really like the camera. Like
Yeah.
unless it's about like I
Mhm.
done did something good. I done made the point. I done already did it. I don't like to do the camera. Hey, look at me, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to
Right.
work in silence. Like, but the kids, like you say, the kids like to see the camera. The parents like to see, engage, and stuff. So, I mean, I'm over to. But I'd rather in this capacity, like us three, just hop on. I'll be the young school blood. Y'all be the unks or whatever. You know, the basketball version, because it's like nobody doing it. So, you know, all the young kids call me Unc anyway. I'm like, hey man, I ain't Unc yet, man. I was 32, you know. But I
Oh,
still get out here and give you some buckets for real, you know. But
crazy. It's definitely a compliment, man. It's definitely a
no,
compliment.
for real. Like I'm serious. I feel like y'all can
You
do the
you
whistle. I just
you
told
want
my
to
boy about it. We
gradually get that age where you can fully accept that compliment. You know,
yeah,
and
I ain't
and
there
the
yet.
other reason, Chris,
when people see this right here, you already know what to get. You know,
the you know the reason for me, Chris, is to get you on is to let people know, you know, like I'm not around the gym anymore as like I would like to be,
Right. Yeah.
or I would love to be. But you let us know, you know, what's the vibe, how are things going, you know, and how what the state of basketball is. You know,
Yeah.
that's another reason why I wanted to get you on here so people can understand, you know, you're not super old, you're not
Right.
super young,
Right.
but you're right there at an age, you know, that you're letting people know, you
Yeah.
know, this is
What it
what's
is
going
right
on
now.
out there,
Right.
you
This is
know,
what it
and
is. Yeah.
that's pretty cool, you know, because you know, that's what I told Gerald. I said, let's get Chris on there. He's had you. What are you going on year 5?
This
What's
is
your?
year 5. Yeah, this is year 5 of North Florida Prep.
Let me
We've been
ask you. Here's a question I'll ask you, Chris. What do you? Okay, you're a year 5. What's different in year 5 than it was in year 1?
year five, year
Anything
five,
jump out at you?
year 5 people, the coaching is still hardcore. It's intense. It's real. It's still a lot of
Mm-hmm.
running, lifting, shooting.
Mm-hmm.
The offense pretty much the same. Horns, motion, you know, we pressing you. We still doing the same stuff basketball wise. The basketball is still very, very real, smack you in the face old school. You don't like the hard work, you can't come here.
Right.
What year five looks like now, though, the bells and whistles are starting to come together. The
Right.
housing complex is okay. We in resort apartments now. We got a gym
Good.
on campus. We got a weight room 24/7. It's 2 in the morning. Go you up. Go lift some weights. We got a
Mhm.
sand pit. You can do some conditioning and running. We got a nice pool, resort style pool. We got a
Right.
student center. You can go do your work. We got a film room for
Mhm.
team film. We got everything right on campus. We got
Mhm.
another gym we go to, Pick Up USA. Everybody has a membership there. They play pickup runs between 6 and 9 p.m. during their downtime. We're gonna start
Mhm.
that next week. Then we'll practice
Okay.
sometimes after that's done from 9 to about 10, the last little late night. It's basketball, basketball, basketball. It's like an over. We got LA Fitness memberships now. We got enough. We have so many gym, so much gym. We over gym you. You want to
Mhm.
go at 12? We got a private gym we can rent out. $50.
Right.
We got that locked in. We got the code there. 12 a.m. If they messing up, I ain't got what I like. We go 12 to 2 a.m. I don't care. You sleep here and you don't sleep till I say you go to sleep. So that basketball is right, because that's what creates the climb. The basketball is being done right, not they got the nice fancy van and the big old facility. That don't mean nothing. We give these
Mhm.
kids what they need to leave here and go be successful wherever they at. And now in year five, we're getting Division I caliber kids from the start. Not we got
Mhm.
to work them up into. We got 6'8" down here that we can throw the ball into the post. He got it back to the basket, right hand, left hand, shoot it, left hand, right handed dribble. He's a right handed kid, but shoots left handed. We got the 3.0 GPA, good mother, good father, two-parent household. The caliber of players we're getting. We're still getting the last, the lost, the least, because I have a heart for that. The last, the lost, the ones that's left out, whatever, dropped out. I'll take you. We'll take you under 22. Come on in. We'll clean it up. But we're starting to get kids that they can go to JUCO right now, but I'm gonna go prep, and I don't want to go pay 90,000 or 85, 60K. We can come to Coach Harris them, and true, I can come do the same thing, play against those guys. His facilities ain't half bad. It's not IMG. It's not DME. It's not Mount Verde. We
Right.
don't.
Right.
We're not that. And I tell people that openly. If you're looking for that, don't. We need to stop now. If you're
Right.
looking for somebody that's gonna really coach your child and give them what they need to leave here and be
Mhm.
successful, let's work.
That's what it
And
is.
I leave it at that. It's a very simple sales call or sales pitch or whatever. It
Mhm.
costs to do basketball. The way we're trying to set
Right.
things up and have things set up, we don't really want to eclipse the 25, $30,000 mark ever, ever,
Mhm.
ever. I believe that'll have us in a situation where we're more competitive than other programs. So we're still advancing our facilities while keeping our price point right affordable for the average Joe. For the average man, me myself, I can do 20K for a year of investment for 4 years of school. I can say that from now. I can do 20. Now, how are we getting that other funding? We're working our butts off. Our nonprofit, we starting that, getting that going. We're working going after grants. We're looking to get into getting a facility built now, so that we can start renting out spots and stuff like that. So now that's the plan. Now from year 5 to 10, getting that locked in, getting all that stuff, bringing having our own housing, so we don't have to rent at the resort. We have our own resort style housing facility, a multiplex spot. We're bringing Mama Harris and Papa Harris involved now because they retired. So mom can do some letter work and do some. She's a believer now. She's come to some games, come to the housing and sees what I'm doing. Knows and see I'm not clubbing and out running the streets and
Right.
partying and hanging out no more because I'm focused and I'm doing what I love. And they don't have a choice but to they're like, man, it's just like Team Florida, just on steroids. That's all this is. And
Right.
now they
Right.
know how to operate because my parents were very pivotal in helping Team Florida go. My
Mhm.
dad drove the team last year to nationals. He got to see the national tournament, and he was just like, "Oh my God, I see why you up all night." As great as our program is, when you get to that national dance, and you got guys from all over the world, and you see them buses pull up, them 53 passenger buses, you see teams flew in, you see teams decked out, Nike head to toe, 3 teams deep, A team, B team, C team.
Mm-hmm.
15 players apiece. Then you see that 18 and everybody 6'4", 6'4" to 7'2".
Mm.
Yep.
Everybody. And they all built like that doggone football player. And it's like, that's a 10th grader? What the
Mm.
hell?
Yeah,
And then
that's
you
true.
see 45 Division I schools at the national prep tournament. It's like, hey, what is 17 and under? This boy will go, boy, this boy from France right here will go tear up anybody, any age. Combine academies, your rock tops up in PA. I mean, it's so that prep national championship. If you y'all, we need to come up there next year and just go live off the. We do a podcast live stream up there the whole weekend because.
Mm.
And just bring in people. I'm talking NBA players. Rasheed Wallace be there. McGinnis be there. I'm talking about all people y'all know. That's where
Mm.
they at now. They not at these little. They have up there what's called the Hoop State Championship, the North Carolina Hoop State Championship. All the high school, private schools in New York are in a conference. They play the playoffs during the prep national tournament. That's how big it is up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something if you've never been. It's this the Milk House at Disney on steroids.
Right, right.
There's an
Mm-hmm.
arena. We play in the actual. If you win that game one, you win game one upstairs. Game two on Saturday at about 11 a.m. You in the arena
Mm.
downstairs on the main floor, going up.
Okay.
45, 50 Division I coaches all walking around, announcer on the. It's you don't get that vibe down here.
There making sense why Nike getting out of it because that, yeah.
I mean, but if you think about it, nothing tops the EYBL.
But but Nike drawing back on that a little bit though for what
Oh
got.
no, they full throttle. It's just all EYBL. You got Adidas, they're doing their thing. You got Under Armour doing their thing. Puma's gonna do their thing, and New Balance, Puma, New Balance gonna do their thing. Those are five shoe circuits. All right. Then you got
Mm-hmm.
your independent. You go Phenom, you go Big Shots. Those are your top two, and On the Radar. Those are your top three. Kind of independent, Bigfoot hoops. Then it started kind of all right. Then we go like level. When I say top, I'm talking recruiting wise, not social media coaches is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Coaches is gonna be there. Coaches, shoe team, then the other three in my experience, big shots, phenom on the radar. You go if on the radar though, you better know somebody and you better have a squad. Otherwise, you're gonna be in the back gym.
Mm.
I'm dead serious. Now,
Yeah.
Phenom and Big Shots, if you go up there and you show consistency going, especially as a Florida South or not from the Carolina DMV area, you show consistency going up there, they gonna put you in that light because you're the only Florida or the only California team here. So they gonna put you where you need to be. You made the trip, you made the sacrifice to be there.
And they're
That's why
paying you. They're
you gonna
paying.
get
You're
that shot.
paying them.
You're gonna get that shot.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's
that's
true.
like I say, man. That's why we doing this, man. Because nobody would know. Not saying other people may not be talking about it, but at the same time, it's good that we doing it like we doing it because people don't know. These the ones that like you go on Facebook and you listen to people talking about the MJ versus LeBron type thing and they just talking all straight emotion.
Nah, man.
You know what I mean? It's like
You
you
never
got
saw
to go
Michael
in there
Jordan
and tell them
play,
stuff.
man. It's
They
kind of
draw you
hard.
into the situation thinking that you don't know what you talking about. So I just a lot of times I just sit back and just watch it, man. It's crazy. But yeah, man, it's very good information, here, man. And you got a guy here,
Well,
Eric, man.
Atlanta has become a pretty big hotbed the last 10 years for summer basketball. It seems like they're doing a lot of tournaments out of Atlanta.
I tell you that. I tell you again,
Atlanta's
Coach.
huge for
Atlanta,
summer ball.
the Atlanta market for me. I say for me in my program, we haven't been in Atlanta. We don't have the money to be in that loop.
Right.
They in Atlanta, you need to have that bread. I mean, on the radar stuff is it's elite, it's top tier, but it costs.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And it costs like I'm talking about the parent side. It costs.
Yeah.
And my parents didn't want to do it, and then they tried us, they put us in the back gym, because we didn't have any name players. So it's like, bro, we just paid this. money, hotel, all this other stuff to come to Atlanta, deal with Atlanta price gouging and all this other stuff just to be in the third gym. There's nobody in the gym, nobody but the
Yeah.
score table and the rep. Come on, man, we could have stayed in Florida for this.
Right.
Could have went to Orlando. I could have went to right to Carolina and got
Right.
on the main floor day one. If we win, we stay there. We lose, we go to the back. I like that deal better than having to just be in the back. We just in the back.
Every game.
What group we was in? Group F, Z or something. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's true.
Then,
Yeah,
then
you're right.
you know who we don't know nobody on your team. What does that have to do with it, man? Like, so that's what this is about. If you know somebody on my team, you're gonna give me a favorable matchup in a good game. That's not
Right.
how this is supposed to go. But okay, cool, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. We won't be back, and there's nothing against it. I just can't. I can't. I don't have that kind of money to waste.
Right.
We are independent. It's me and my partner, Coach Matlock. We started this thing off. It's the tours we've been rocking, just like you and Coach Brett. It's the same.
Right.
Black guy,
Right.
white guy. We combine our resources. Our parents help out. Hey, that's all we got. We sometimes we Dad, I need 500. That's the truth. And everybody look at all this. I had a coach. We had 9 kids quit last year. 9.
Mhm. Mhm.
All 9 are payers.
Right.
In prep school, that's code red. That's cold. That season should be over.
Right.
Done. The kind of dedication, as you said, Coach, earlier, you piggybacked on earlier, the kind of dedication and the kind of leaders we have. All right, this is where we're at. We're shut down for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go recruit and find me 9 guys in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Scott Sanders. I done been around Scott Sanders.
Right.
Oh, I'll go Scott Sanders mode with the Chris Harris sprinkled on it, and I'm really gonna close you. And my
Mhm.
boy Bear, he said, if anybody gonna get them in here, Chris is gonna get some players. We ain't worried about that. Y'all just give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks, a laptop and my phone, and watch what happens. I sent everybody home. I told the 2 kids to come back. Go home, enjoy your break. I see you such and such day. We're gonna have a brand new team. They was like, what? I said, oh yeah. Mark my word. Them boys got back. We had 9 new players.
Mhm.
Let's finish the season now. We moved out, transition. Like as the leader, you can't. If you're doing the prep, you started something like this. You're gonna have to make sacrifices you may not normally make.
Mhm.
You probably wouldn't do. The only way we're at this point now in year 5, I literally have made sacrifice and humbled myself to the point that I would have never done had I
Mhm.
not been so deep into and had such a good traction on this.
That I was just gonna say, Chris. That's the difference of you and somebody else that might say, "I'm shutting it down," you
Yeah,
know, and that shows a lot
yeah,
that you care about your
yeah,
program. You love your program.
yeah.
You love the game of basketball.
I
You're trying
love
to
it.
help these kids out because there's a lot of guys that would take the money from them kids and
And
say,
just shut it
"No,
down.
we'll give it a shot next year."
We'll give it a shot next year. I'm like, nah, man, I
Yeah,
got
for
kids that
sure,
done invested. I got kids that done
for
booked
sure.
flights. Nah, we're gonna shut it down for 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. All these games right here, they done. Christmas
Right.
break start early. Start December 7th. Give me some time right here. Let me get my mind right. Y'all kids get the hell away from me. Let me get my mind right. Right here. Let me sit at this desk. Let me get this computer. Let me get that out. And I get on that Twitter. I get my paper out. And I just get the call. I get the inbox. What's good, bro? How you doing? What's good? How you doing? Who you playing for? What's good? Where you at? 6'5"? Hey, what's good? Can you come on down? Good. Hey, how much can you do? 5,000? Good. Come on. We only got half a season. 3 months. What you can do? 2,500? Come on. Put it all
Mhm.
together. Put it in one pot. It all goes to the kids. Nothing to me. Let's play ball. Because if we play ball next year, we'll be fine. We'll recover.
Right.
We'll recover. But if you shut down, you don't play no ball. Well, why would you recover that? You ain't even push through the. Why would God reward you? You have not responded in the time. Did you trust Him or do you not? That's how I was taught. So
True.
again,
True.
it goes back to my faith. I trust God. I don't anything that He brings us through. I think He's gonna bring us through. So it's like these things need to happen year 0 through 5 to get to this point.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
now we're in year 5. We already know, like, all right, 3 of these motherfuckers probably gonna quit. We already know this.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be some
Already,
casualties.
like, we recruited 16, 18 kids this year. I'm planning on 3 to 6 of them quitting. When they quit, and I'm trying to keep my eye on that. I'm just being real because I'm not going to let off as a coach. The basketball is actually going to get harder the better the players we get. The more resources we get, the harder it's going to get. We bring in assistant coaches. Practice gets harder now. It's more than one voice in there. We can split up in the group work
Hey, look,
because the Hurricanes about to play and we played today. Everybody wants to see what I'm on. So you get more coaches in. Now you have more eyes, and the practice has to do this. It gets more. Imagine we're able to bring in Coach Brad and yourself as assistant coaches. I can just literally just be like, I can just use my energy, just head coach type stuff, and y'all can literally just counsel and guide. This is what coaches try. That's what we don't have none of that yet, and we've been dominant. We keeping up. We're losing by 1 point. 40 seconds left and lose the game. That's because we only have a 2-man team going as coaching. That's it. It's me on the sideline. The other coaches doing the camera.
Right.
What y'all expect from us? Y'all got 7 coaches.
yeah.
7. One sitting at the table, one sitting at the score thing, one sitting over there, 2 on the sideline.
And
Y'all
they still,
supposed and y'all at home. Oh, you supposed to win. I told my guys, hey, we gonna be good this year. Oh, this is week 1, and we up 4 on the road. 40 seconds left. Oh, we gonna be so good. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's what year 5 looks like. We got some more internationals trickling in. Their visa situation, I don't know if it's because the election or the war brewing is kind of being held up. And some of those guards, and some of the guys coming in are guards, little guards, and they actually may be able to help us. One of them for sure is coming from Australia. He played like Patty Mills. We already got one from France, play a little bit like Tony Parker, Jalen Brunson combined. Now we had that Patty Mills flavor in there where he can just zoop zoop. That's what was missing. The point guards had to play.
mm,
The guards had to play the whole game, both games. So in my eyes, it's like you can lead and get me 4 points up with 40 seconds left. First of all, they tell me y'all in shape. Y'all played 2 games, no subs.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all in shape. Them 40-minute games.
you talking about the
Right.
I-20, right?
Nah, these one of them American kid, one of them is on a visa.
They're looking to the I-10. You can hold them kids a little bit longer.
I-20.
No, I-10.
What's the I-10?
I-10. It's only difference with the I-10 and I-20 is that you got to like re up every year on the I don't know if it's every 2 years, but I know the I-10 is every 4 years. You can
Okay,
keep
definitely gonna keep that in mind, man.
yeah. Like I said, man, we giving it's you know about us people, man. It's like we don't want to give information, man. We hold on to information, and it's like that's what usually be our downfall. Um,
I'll tell you,
and
I give it away
everybody,
because this is what I found out.
you know,
It ain't too many people that's willing to go through what it takes to run it.
yeah,
I give it to you. Here, what you want to know? I tell,
Mm-hmm.
I want to start a prep school. You do? Here you go.
yeah,
Here's what you gonna need. You gonna have to go find. You gonna have to go figure all that out. You
yeah.
gonna have to go figure all every gym, food. That's every day. That's on my list of things to do. Three
And
times a day.
think
We gotta
about
eat something.
it, coach. That's what I did last year. Just sat right there and learned the game. You know what
And
I
it's
mean? It's
and
like
it's like everybody think it's easy until you
like
get to
you
till you
know,
get to December. I tell you, December 3rd, December 4th. That's when it started hitting like, uh, uh, November 16th. Them random days of October 29th. It's like rent due, your travel fee due. You sure you want to do prep?
yeah,
You
yeah,
sure?
yeah.
Two apartment units, gym fee, gym fee 760. Rent 1950 times 2. Electric bill $500. These kids like AC. Food bill. Good God Almighty, you don't want to know.
Yeah,
Thank God some people cook for us.
yeah, yeah.
We got food coming in now. It's like this thing is literally a $25,000 operation every month. And people have no
Mm-hmm.
clue. They think it's like, oh, you see all this mama charge 20. Bro, I don't get paid from this program. Not
Right.
$1. You ready for that? I don't take home a salary. My rent's
Mm-hmm.
paid. I stay on campus with my players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to stay on campus with teenagers? I got
Mm-hmm.
a little privacy. I got the one, bathroom, everything I need in here. But outside, that's all them. Why you single, coach? Don't no girl want to date no man that got players? They got a bunch of kids?
Oh yeah.
And my own son.
Yeah.
You sure you want to do this? Like, this is what I do. This I make the ultimate sacrifices. What
You're the
car? I
you're
don't
the
have no
building
car.
moderator.
You know? It's like you gotta
Mm.
pick and choose what do I is this what I want? Or is this just something to do for fun, like to try? Or I can't tell you how many programs have started and shut down
Oh
before
yeah.
and been trying to recruit against us, talk crazy about us. You don't want to go to that program. And then now they're shutting down. Now the kid is stuck out of $2,500 that he could have paid us to help him for real. Any program that's telling you it's going to be $5,000 for prep school is probably a scam.
Yep.
I mean, what is
Yep.
$5,000 going to do for 9 months?
Yeah. That's true.
I'm just being honest. We started our number breaking point to start was 9,800. That was not enough. So if 9,800 is not enough for year one, what is 5 grand gonna do?
Ain't gonna do nothing. That's
It's
scratch.
not gonna touch nothing.
That's scratch the snook.
That's gonna get you out of month one, if that, if that. That's why so many programs you see them start by November, done. No money. They don't have an idea of nonprofit and sponsorship, grants, donations.
Right.
Guess what? Any gym fee, any uniform fee, any travel hotel, we try to get sponsored for all that, so we don't have to touch tuition money. Okay, the gear is 7,500. Excellent. I need somebody that want to put their little patch on the gear. It's gonna cost you 10 grand. It's very simple.
Mm.
You just have to have your shit in line and be focused. I just
Right.
tell these
Right.
kids, if the goal is to get to college, the goal is to get to college, not to get to the mall, movies, soccer, dance, whatever. Give me a ball, give me a gym, give me somewhere to lay my head, give me a shower place, give me a practice jersey, and I'm good. Because the goal is to get to college.
That's true.
I mean, it's like, and they don't understand that lock. That's what Coach Harris is locked on. Because if I wasn't, none of these kids would be here.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't party. I can't club. I can't go to the. I can't. I can't take trips. I can't do that. I can't. Not that I don't want to. I can't. And do this program. You have to pick. Now there's gonna come a day where it's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
32 years old. So we've laid the ground. We've done the digging, getting the roots out, and laying a foundation. Now let's start building.
Right.
And we'll have a building. My son is 6. If I stay in this 10 to 15 more years until he gets out of school and make guarantees he has a great basketball career, somewhere to always train, somewhere he want to pick up a ball right now. He sleep right now. If he wants to wake up right now and go to the gym, we can walk to the gym right now. I'm not trading that for nobody
True. True.
because I
Yeah.
didn't
That's
have
true.
that. And he hoops. So if he's gonna hoop, he needs to have a gym.
Yep.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And so when coaches I talk to D1 coaches, man, you need to take that step. Da, 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 da. I said, no, I don't. I need to stay right where I'm at. I have a 6-year-old son. This program allows me to get my son every day after school. I can't beat that.
Yep.
From 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m., my son is with me. We can do weight training. We can do life coaching. I can walk with him, talk with him every weekend. He come over here with me. His mom can go do whatever she want to do. Drop him off with me. I'm a full-time dad,
Right.
full-time coach. That's why I get the results I get out of my players. It will
Mm.
never be no party at North Florida Prep. As long as I stay here, because everybody that's at the party will be running.
Hey.
I'm telling. It's just like, bro. It be so. I be so. Parents be like, "How you do it?" I say, "We run. They don't want to run. They don't want to run. That's the. Oh, y'all want to play? Hey, put the balls up. Let's go outside. Instant attitude adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's just you set your standards, you set the non-negotiables, and you don't waver from them for nothing. I don't care who you are. You're gonna lift weights 4 to 5 times a week here
Yeah, that
during the
makes a
off.
difference. That makes a difference, Chris. When you, I learned that a long time ago. When you don't waver from what you believe in, you know, and you show the parents and students the results
Yep.
of what I've been doing from year one, year two, year three, year four, and that's that shows a lot of drive in people, because you believe in what you're doing, so that's that's the way I kind of would go at it too. That's the way I went at it with Team Florida back in the day.
Yeah.
So
That's what you used to tell. I used to tell, listen, guys, none of y'all in here are 5 stars, whatever. We got to play
yeah,
together. We got to share the ball. It's the same message. Doesn't matter who we play.
yeah,
It's the same message. We got to play together. We got to. That's it.
that's true. That's true. For sure, for sure. Checking out my dog.
Yeah, everybody hitting me up chatting about the game. They saying we got to play better. The game is on live stream. Both of them it's on YouTube on North Florida Preps channel. Y'all want to check it out, and we
Okay.
can we can
Yeah, man.
chime it out. But it's definitely it's a teaching point. How to lose a game in 40 seconds. Just watch the ending of that Potter's House game. We up 40 seconds left. Just watch that. That'll tell you everything you need to know. It's like, okay, we got some work to do. You know.
Mhm.
But like I told the guys, everything that we coached them and put them through, the group's been together for about a week and a half all together. So everything that we touched on, y'all look good doing. The stuff we haven't touched or haven't worked on, it shows. We haven't done any transition work, getting the ball out. We got the 5 man taking 2 big men trying to take the ball. Bro, get down the floor. Like, that's so we can run, but we haven't taught any of that. We didn't
Right,
do
right.
any late game execution, late game plays. We have the late game winning play. We ain't getting none of. It's 5 seconds on the clock. We don't even get a shot off. Like, what the hell is we doing? We down one. Why are you
Mhm.
looking around, Spain? It's okay. He just got off the plane last night. It's like, relax. Everybody, the whole gym, oh, you should have seen it, coach. They rushed the court and everything. It's
Mhm.
like, damn, y'all. Hey, I feel good when y'all feel that happy to beat me. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
kudos. It's fall league, game 2 for us.
It's
So,
funny. It's funny you touched on that part about back in the day. I've told people for a long time that it seems like the retention for kids is, man, so much different than it used to be. Because when we were growing up, coaches would show us something on a clipboard.
right.
We didn't have a problem running it. I don't. I don't ever remember having problems.
Coach, that goes back to
And
what we said earlier with the video game. They play.
the kids, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we ran into it toward our later years of coaching Team Florida, where I would be sitting there going, man, I'd come up with something just simple. And then, I looked at everybody 3 times. It's like, everybody got that? And then you go out there, they go out there, and then one guy goes the other way, the other guy goes this way. And you're like, that's
So
not what
you
we
you
just went
remember
over.
14? You remember 14, coach?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 14 high. Yeah.
Coach, I tried to draw it up out of ATO.
He got to put some on the board quick,
Huh?
right there
Yep.
next to you. You put some on the board quick, boy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's just amazing to me how, it's just different. It's just different. You know, you had guys back in the day that were really in tune. Uh, I I could easily tell who was into it and who was not,
Yeah.
and who was a dog and who was not.
Well,
It wasn't
well,
that hard. Just wasn't that hard to figure out for me.
it's
So
different these days. It's
yeah,
definitely different.
the
It's
thing
definitely
about
different.
guys going down, letting other teams score on them. But when we played, we did.
That's a
It wasn't
no-no.
like that. It wasn't like that. It
You know
wasn't.
me,
They were.
coach. I'm going to fire you in a minute. Oh, no. Hey, check that up.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Not today.
Yeah.
I like, oh, no, no, no. Not today. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fire you in a minute. And hard too. I'm talking about so hard, so hard, so legal and so hard. You gonna be
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Check that ball up, man. I played out at the park. Then I went to Birmingham, met my boy Slim up there. Come on, man. We playing at Wiggins, and these kids don't do that.
Yeah,
We
it's
had a
crazy.
Smith son we call Hammer.
Give him the hammer.
When I say Hammer, we put the
Hey,
hammer in.
hey, listen, Jay. I'm gonna have to get off here. I need to charge my phone if we're gonna do something a little later.
Yeah,
So,
we gotta do that.
Chris,
We got
I
15.
lost y'all with the audio.
Got Mr. Alvarez from Miami Prep coming on next.
There we go.
Yeah, we got Mr.
Chris, you hear
I
him?
still can't hear y'all.
Oh, you can hear us.
Audio.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
uh,
Can y'all hear me?
there you go.
Stein,
I
You hear
can't
me?
hear you
I
guys
can
though.
hear him.
We can hear. I can hear you.
Having
Can you
some
hear us?
technical difficulties.
But yeah. Oh, you on mute too. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Let me put this
Yeah,
out
because
here.
I need to charge my phone, man. I'm gonna run out of juice if we're gonna
Okay.
have Artie on.
Okay. Uh,
Now, I was thinking, Gerald, you might want to you gonna you do you want to are you gonna reach out to him before?
nah, he been hitting me up. I told him
Oh,
it's gonna be
okay.
about an hour for his show, and he'll be about an hour for his show, and if it runs over, it'll be because of good
Okay.
conversation. So I'm gonna just let everybody know. Um,
Yeah.
this is the Whistle Podcast. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell. Uh, we pretty much gonna be here to stay. Hey, what's
Yes,
up, brother?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. I don't know what happened. It cut out on us, man. But yeah, man, this was dope. We could definitely do this again. I love to be on. You know.
Anytime you want to come on, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot, whatever you want to do, man. I know we was talking about something. You still trying to get that website done?
Which one?
You were talking about a website, right?
We were looking to try to start a actual like the we're doing the nonprofit stuff, all that stuff like that. But we're trying to get into like the recruiting website, like recruiting service kind of type deal. Not trying to compete with Hoop Exchange and all the big, but just yeah, I noticed there's a lot of kids in this North Florida area, South Georgia, Tallahassee, Mariana area that just Orlando's a bit of a stretch to get to.
Mhm.
So Alabama or something like that. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could throw a little something to showcase and something like that in top 100 camp or whatever, and of North Florida, South Georgia, Southeast Georgia, Alabama. Bring that
Yeah,
together.
actually, me and the guy that supposed to been on here today, named Kevin, we had started our little thing where we did a little camp like that, but it was just like for the guys that was already in college, and they was looking, to go somewhere like that. So I wound up putting a team together, and I took them down there to Gainesville and played in
Right.
the big, not big shots. It was Dalton Hood,
I've heard of it.
but him and what his name, Jermaine Jones. They got their own little thing going on. I went down there and
Yep.
played in that, and it was pretty. It was
Like I
nice.
was saying, we were gonna do that. We got invited to the Jermaine Jones stuff, but we didn't do any basketball this summer except mini camp July 7th through July 10th. Everything other than that, I was a fan this summer. And I was
Right.
training my son. I didn't have a team, I
Yeah,
didn't have a horse and
that's
no
I like
flight.
charging the better. I mean, but you just been, you're doing this. You're up and down the state. You know what I mean? And you pretty much tri-state because it's like because since you
Yeah.
up there, you're kind of close to everything. And I know that pretty much helped you out because being down south
Yes.
and coming up, that's a strain there. That's a good trick. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm proud of you, bro, because I know when we first talked, man,
Yeah.
you were stressing, boy. You were stressing. You
Oh
know,
yeah, it was
it's
real. You
like,
know,
no, man, keep it going, bro. You gonna
I
get
mean,
it.
my
Keep on.
everything started. It started out. The program started off. It really spent off. Me and my fiance, we split, and we didn't make it. Me and my son's mom, we split, whatever. And I had a 3-2 condo, and it was like, all right, how do we? What do we? What it like? I don't want to just work these jobs. Being honest, I'm only working those jobs just to take care of the family for real. So now I'm single. It's like, okay, well, what do I want to do? I want to coach basketball. And the first year we got what, 2 twin beds in each room, four kids we brought from out of town, 3 from local. We had 7 kids. Let's play ball.
It's
And
not a
then,
good life to really have a relationship unless your woman is really down for you like that. And
oh yeah,
it's definitely real cool if she's a basketball person herself, a sports person herself. So,
yeah,
and then everybody else, they got things they want to do too as well. So it's definitely sacrifices, man. I didn't seen a lot of people's situations fold because of that,
yeah.
and whatever. So, yeah, yeah, definitely helps being single.
That's it, man. It's just it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I'm just ready to see the growth. We play 2 games next Saturday up at Potter's house, so we're gonna have a busy week this week. They off today, off tomorrow. Well,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
you two are living the dream
why you say that?
because you're single.
Hey, you know what I'm saying about that, right?
You,
Boy, I admire both of y'all.
You got
why
those,
you say that?
you got them clicks on them, boy. You got it. Each time you move, it click
Cause
harder.
yeah,
Click,
exactly,
click,
man.
click,
Yeah.
click, click, click.
Man.
Hey, that's my dog, man. Brett, my dog, man. Hey, Brett kind of saved my life, bro. But I was out there doing things. I ended up
I
being.
hope I saved a
I
lot of
say, hey, I
lives.
want to be a coach, man. I
Hey,
gotta let.
I hope I
I gotta let.
save
what,
mine.
what
Go,
one
Shoot.
thing
I mean,
one thing I'll
can't
say
do
for the
both.
people that will listen to this, like for Chris, I'm really proud of Chris, no doubt,
Yeah,
that he's taken. And I guess what I would say is coaching. You would always, if you really, really, really love basketball, you would hope you impacted somebody,
Right.
and I'd like to say a little bit I impacted Chris. Me and Gerald talk about this all the time. You know, uh, uh, Art Alvarez, you know, he's impacted a lot of people down there in South Florida. Shaky
Yep.
Rodriguez had a lot of Shaky Rodriguez Chris, you're from Miami. Shaky's a legend down there. You know,
Legendary.
they've got a street named after him in front of the school. So, you know, people ask me like, who do you think is one of the best all-time coaches in our state? And he's got to be up there on Mount Rushmore of
and that's
coaches. But not
unanimous.
only what he did, wins and losses, he's impacted many, 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 many kids uh, to this day that are our age and
Yep.
Chris's age that still talk about it. So that's why you do what you do,
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned.
Impact. The
Yeah.
impact. When they leave
Like
here, do they
like
still call you and FaceTime you?
like Gerald really doesn't know Chris Carter.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
But me and Chris do. And Chris Carter is somebody that has made it, coming from Port St. Lucie, and Chris can attest to this. There wasn't a hotbed for high school basketball down there.
We
You
made it a
know,
hotbed.
Mm.
We changed the culture. Our class changed the culture of stuff in Port St. Lucie.
right, right.
Yeah.
And Chris brought Chris Carter up to
Brought him
us.
with me. That was my first recruit, big time recruit.
Yeah, and this kid, I mean, yeah, he came in the gym. I'm saying, all right, he looks, let's see
Yeah.
what he's got, and he was solid player. I know this. If we didn't get him, somebody was going to get him.
Come on.
No, coach, you ready? No, no one. He would have been on his local team in Port St. Lucie.
Right. His
He didn't
mom,
know.
his mom used to tell me that. His
He didn't
mom
know
used to.
any of any. Dog, this is what I'm trying to tell people. I was the one that I've always
Right.
been different. I've always been the thumb. I don't
Right.
care what all these other. I'm going where is going to help me get to the next level. I
Right.
was ranked
Right.
on ESPN 10th grade, so I
Right.
left that local team with Chris. Ninth grade, I left them. 10th grade, I played for Adidas with Matt Ramka, Florida Rams.
Right.
My mom didn't like how the favoritism, the money, and all that other foolishness. We tried the sponsor deal. Nah, this ain't it. 11th
Mm.
grade is like, okay, what we gonna do? Try Florida Elite. I got the invite. We went there first. She didn't like it. Okay, Team Florida sent out. Went up there. The rest is history. I got to pretty
Yeah.
much help build out the team. I not only brought Chris, then we brought Damien. Then I
Yeah.
brought my teammate John. It's like I'm bringing the whole team.
Mm.
Right.
It's
Right.
like, well, what? We got Tyler up here, Maurice up here, PJ there, Ryan's in Orlando. That was the team. It's like Danny's
Yeah.
and Coco.
Yeah.
Squad, let's go.
Yeah. Of
But the
course.
thing they didn't realize is like, bro, I've always been a let's get it. We together. We all good. Let's go. We start going to the mall together. We start eating together. We start the parents start Danny mom and my mom. Everybody link. Next thing you know, Danny take charges. Okay, I'm gonna pressure that man right into Danny. Charge. It might not be a block and look all fancy. It's a charge though. We still protect the basket. We play 2-3 zone. I hate
Right.
2-3 zone. We're gonna play 2-3 zone till the wheels fall off. And stay pack this thing in as a team. If y'all can't shoot that three, you in trouble.
Yeah.
We beat so many teams like that. It's like, dang.
But I remember Chris Carter's face when Chris Harris, you had already played with the Florida Rams. You had a
Yeah,
little taste of all that. But Chris Carter, he was so green to me with the whole situation. It was amazing.
yeah.
Um, but then we used to pull Scott aside and they're like, man, where's this kid been? Nobody knows about this kid.
Nobody.
And
Coach,
and,
he
and
went
Chris showed out. I mean,
dog.
he was tough.
Real. Let me tell you, Coach.
I love Chris
That's why I
Carter.
tell people I'm never a hater. I'm always trying to help the next man
Right,
be who
right,
he is.
right.
I help Chris to this day. We're best friends because he's a pro because he hung around me.
Yeah, you used to be.
I
You're right,
made him a
Chris. I
dog.
remember.
And I tell everybody that. I used to whoop Chris' ass. One-on-one. Oh, I'm tearing his ass up. Middle
Right,
school, I was serving him in his own gym. It got to the point, guess what? Hey, Chris, where you working out at? He coming to work out with me. Where
right.
you running at today? He coming around with me. You want to put up some shots? My uncle, he got to, let's go. I'll come to your house. Hey, you going to LA Fitness? Come pick me up. He got his license. Come on, pick me up. We grinding. We grind. He wanted to work.
Yeah, he did. He did, and he
That's why
put
he
in his
got the
work.
invitation. He was the only one. He don't even play on my high school team, but he want to work out with me. My
Right.
own teammates won't work out with me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, please. Man, please.
And
I
he's
brought
gone
him up
on,
to
and
Team Florida.
he's had a hell of a career
Oh,
in
man.
Europe. He's played extremely good and really well. There in the German leagues,
Yeah.
he's done really really well. Another thing that's really he wrote a book. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I
It's
mean,
good stuff.
good
It's
stuff, man. Good
it's
stuff.
great stuff.
Great
And
stuff.
I
Yeah.
remember down in Miami at breakdowns, they used to have a tournament down in breakdown
Right.
during the live period. Chris had a stretch. He was 41 points, 37,
Yeah.
36.
Yeah.
All off one goddamn play. 14.
Mm.
I'm like, what the motherfucker going back door the whole time. I'm dropping this. And what's so crazy, you guys have no clue how this was. I told him in the hotel room leading up to that turn, I said, bro, normally we played trap ball together, 9th grade, 10th grade, whatever. We done played. That's my backcourt mate. He normally plays the point, I score. I told him, I said, bro, you realize you're 6'4" now? He hit the growth spurt. I never grew.
Right.
I said, bro,
Right.
you 6'4" now. You're not 5'8" no more. It's time for you to start scoring and me bring the ball down and play point guard, facilitate for you. He's like, you think so, Chris? I'm telling you, Chris was green as all. He didn't know what he had.
Yeah.
I threw him his first alley-oop. I threw the bit from half court. He caught it with 2 hands and dunked it.
Right.
At that same tournament, I had the boy going crazy just on my passes. And then every time I get to you, not go crazy, shoot. We went to Orlando right after that. Right in Orlando at Dr. Phillips. I don't know if you remember this. We played against, I forget who it was. He had about 38.
Mm-hmm.
That team plays on. That boy was flashing to the high pole, hitting the ball. Turn around, catch ball. No
Yeah,
dribble needed.
he had that little. He had a nice little mid-range shot. Gerald. He's left-handed kid. He's
Coach,
a left.
Coach, we shot,
He's
me
a
and Chris
lefty.
would partner up and shoot and make 500 mid-range, 500 threes every time we
Yeah.
worked out. Like,
Yeah.
that's what people don't understand how much we were doing this in the sun.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
was black as this shirt a lot. Because we were outside.
Hey,
Shooting, just catch.
yeah,
I'm
man.
rebounding, running in the sun to rebound, bro.
Hey, Brett, tell him how we was out there at Redbud one time, man. And you told me that was that same day you told me said you were hooping so much shoes came on the bottoms of the shoes melted.
Yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
And
Yeah.
it's like, man, and it's like we out there just hooping. It wasn't no trees out there. Just straight bitches in the asphalt in the goat. You know, there wasn't nowhere to run, man. We
Hot
just
boy.
played, man. Played, bro. Going from
Blazing boy.
San Lando. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Orlando Heat is different.
And that thing, no man. And usually it's crazy because out there in Altamont, San Lando Park,
Dan Lando.
you had a lot of celebrities that come out there and play.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian McKnight, he used to come out there and play. That's when he was hot. Yeah. Then you had a lot of the Magic players. Sam Vince used to come out there. That's way back in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, we used to hoop.
I
But
miss
Those
it,
were the
man.
days.
I miss it.
hey,
Hey,
but
listen, guys. I
but
gotta jump off here, man.
but
I'm gonna lose y'all to
Likewise.
my phone. My phone's gonna
yeah,
die.
yeah,
Mine
Chris, I
too.
appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey,
man.
anytime, man. Anytime. Let's do it again.
Oh, here, man. This I like this. Like I say, good start to the season. We're having another show in another 20 minutes, 25
Okay.
minutes. And you want to come
Yeah,
on? Come on, man. You know,
Say
Chris,
less.
check us out. We're getting Art Alvarez is getting on.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
If
Cause
you got some time.
okay, I'll chime back in. I'll chat back in. Let me go out here and check out and see what's going. We got some dinner getting cooked and stuff. So we go join these fellas, vibe with them a little bit. Nothing but love, man. Thank y'all, man.
I
All right,
appreciate
All right,
all
man.
right,
you. All right,
Chris.
all right. Yeah, go ahead and charge yourself up, man, and we get back at it in another 20.
All right, all right. We'll
All right,
see y'all in a little bit.
all
Six
right, bro.
fifteen, right, Jay?
Hey, thank you for that.
What's that?
Like I say, subscribe, hit the notification, hit the like, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Peace.